Hello, a call to Ohms. So, I know you guys don't see many videos or anything from me very often anymore. It's just because I work a lot, and I want you guys to understand the work I do. It's very near and dear to my heart. Yeah, I mean, I just manage a vape shop, and I make this So Much Brew thing with Steve and Michelle, and we make juice, and you know, we try to educate people about vaping. But that's the biggest part of it, really, for me, is the educating people about vaping. That's the best part of my day, when somebody comes in and they ask about it, or if they come into the store and they want to know the facts. I love being that person for them. I love being able to educate them and give them the truth about vaping, and what is and what is not okay, and why vaping is okay, why vaping is a necessity for some of us who battled our tobacco addiction for so long. And on that topic, I started watching Steve's video that he just recently posted. If you haven't seen it, you need to go see it. There's some very powerful words. Steve said some amazing things, and he made some amazing points. And he brought up the topic of Guy Fawkes. He brought up the topic of this group and its name, and the fact that this group was originally designed as a call to action. He's right. Okay, a call to Ohms. It's a play on the words, a call to action, a call to arms. And the fact that our logo is a Guy Fawkes mask. And our credo is join the resistance. That is legitimately what, on the back of my truck, I've got our giant logo that says a call to Ohms, and it says join the resistance. That's my whole goal in this. Yes, I want everybody to be a big giant family, but that's just step one, and we succeeded in that. Now we're bringing people in on a daily basis, and they want to know what we're all about, and we need to show them, because we're not just a giant family. We are a giant militia. We are an army. We are here to shut down big tobacco for good and preserve our rights as vapors. And that's why I chose the Guy Fawkes mask. A lot of people tend to think that I chose that icon because Anonymous uses it, and Anonymous is they're activists, and I mean they are, but they use it for the same reason that I use it. We have the same idea, the same purpose behind the mask. The only difference between us and them is that they are required, because of the things that they are doing, they are required to cover their faces with that masks. So for us, it's more of an emblem. It's more of a logo. It's something we've adopted. And I don't know if maybe you fully understand the whole point behind it. So a little bit of an education, a little bit of a history is what I'm going to give you. Let me have a vape real quick. Loving this Snow Wolf. This was a gift from our newest admin, Luke Hamilton. No, he did not buy my love. He actually gave me this after I made him admin, which had been something that had been long coming. I'd been thinking about it for a while. I just needed him to kind of show me that he deserved it. Being an admin in this group is a big thing for me. If I make you an admin, it's because I trust you, because ultimately this group means everything to me. So the fact that he gave me this mod, was really a gift. I tried to pay him for it, and he refused to let me pay him for it. So yeah, using my Snow Wolf, absolutely fucking love it. Luke, you are the bomb. Vaping on some Forbidden Fruit, 6 milligram. I've been extra stressed recently, so I've kind of bumped it up to 6, and I'm loving it. So a little bit of a history on Guy Fawkes. If you haven't seen V for Vendetta, it's a good movie. It's something you should watch. It kind of gives you an idea of what it is that I'm going for here. It is not a story about Guy Fawkes. It's just a story about a man who uses the Guy Fawkes mask as a way of shutting down a corrupt government system by rebelling, and ultimately leading a rebellion and a militia with him and maybe him and one other, maybe a couple other people. Just a fantastic, phenomenal movie. But Guy Fawkes himself was a soldier for about a year. Actually, he enlisted in March of 1604 and was executed in November, I say executed, but there's more to that story. He was killed November 5th, 1605. And the fact of the matter is that Guy Fawkes really didn't do anything extravagant. His face, the mask that we use is a depiction of what his face looked like. And it's a horrid one at that. It's not really probably what he actually looked like. No one's that fucking ruggedly handsome. But the truth of it is that he was a martyr, is what he is. And being a martyr, some people look at that as a bad thing, but I don't look at it the same. His face is a symbol of somebody who was killed, standing up for what they believe in, and that's what it's all about for me. There's a story of a thing called the Gunpowder Plot. It's a failed plot that he and a handful of others had devised to kill King James I back in 1605. And he was guarding gunpowder that was placed underneath the palace. And somebody tipped off the guard, and he was caught, and he was arrested for treason. So on the 5th of November, they planned to execute him, and he didn't give them the chance. Because I don't know if you know, but back then when they execute somebody, they would hang them and then mutilate their body in front of everybody, in the town square for the entire town to see. For the family of the person, for the people who knew that person, it's humiliating. And for that person in general, it's a dignity thing. It's one thing to be hanged or killed for treason, but then for your body to be mutilated afterwards, it's terrible. So instead of allowing that to happen, he jumped from the scaffolding where they had him and were ready to hang him, and he broke his neck, saving himself ultimately from the humiliation and the mutilation that they were going to do to him. It's not a romantic story at all. In fact, it's quite a terrible one. But the fact remains that we have, for the past many years, people have been using his face as a symbol for standing up for what you believe in, as a resistance against the corruption that government brings. And it's a terrible thing that we have to admit to. And if you guys can't grasp onto the fact that it's happening, then you need to go fucking bury your head in a hole, because essentially it's what you're doing. This is truth. This is the reality. The government, our government, every government, I mean, they're all corrupt. All of these politicians, they only care about one thing, and that's money. They don't care about the well-being of anybody else. They don't care about, you and your addictions. They don't care about you bettering your life. They care about them. They care about money. They care about making sure that money goes into their pockets, and money goes into the pockets of the people that they work for. They don't give a shit about you. No one gives a shit about you. That's why I created this group. Because I give a shit. I'm standing up for my rights. And anybody who wants to stand up for their rights, they need to stand with me. That's why I use the logo I use. That's why I have the people in this group that I have. You're not just let into this group willy-nilly. Me and my admins, we go through and we look at your profiles. We stalk every fucking one of you before we let you into the group. Unless we know you personally beforehand, we usually go through your Facebook profile and we creep the fuck out of your page, and we make sure that you're going to be an okay fit for this group. And then even at that point, we're not 100% sure, but we need an army. We need more people. I would like for this group to stay small and, big clouds, small crowds type atmosphere, but I can't have that. If I'm going to lead a fucking army, I need a lot of people. I need people that know what they're doing. I know people that are passionate about what they're fucking doing. I need people that care about vaping as a whole, not people who just do it for the fuck of it and don't give a shit if it's taken away from them. If that's your whole persona and you don't care about vaping, then get the fuck out. You're in the wrong spot. And if I see the group diminish by 200 to 300 members tonight, I'm okay with that, because that means the people that don't need to be here left. And if you have friends that are activists, if you have friends that care about vaping, if you have friends that really want to see vaping succeed, and they're not in this group, what the fuck are you doing? You need to add them to this group. It's astounding what has become of this group since I created it less than a year ago. It's astounding. The amount of people in this group, the amount of passion in this group, the amount of caring, empathetic individuals in this group. We are a huge family, and that's what makes us so strong. You know, alone you are weak, but as you know, united as a whole, as a unity, we have superhuman strength, and it's incredible. But then when you add that family atmosphere to the mix, where we would all take a bullet for each other, and we would all do anything for each other, and we raise money for each other, that's what I wanted. I wanted people who would lay down on the railroad tracks for each other. And that's essentially what I've got here. So now it's time to take it to the next step. Now it's time to get active. You know, now it's time to, you know, form that militia that I've been talking about. I need to start seeing posts in here. Things that, you know, we can be doing. Somebody give me some ideas. Somebody post some shit and say, look, this is going to be beneficial for the vaping community. Therefore, we need to be active in it. You know, I need to see these things. I need you guys to start getting extremely active. I know you have your own lives. Steve has an extremely hectic and busy schedule and a busy life. I have an extremely hectic and busy schedule and busy life. And, you know, he and I need to get more active in this. So we've both talked about it. We both agree that we need to be more active. We need to take better part in it. And unfortunately for me, I'm not able to be as active as I want in my own group. But Steve has been able to pick up a lot of the slack for me. And I agree with everything that he says. Every single thing that he posts, every single thing that he says about, you know, being active and about, you know, not taking any shit and, you know, standing up for your rights and arguing the facts and proving your point to these fucking ignorant fucks. He's right. And we all need to take part in that. Take a few minutes out of your day to do some more research, to find something. Post it here in the group. Let everybody know. You know, if there's a politician out there somewhere trying to fuck us, make sure we know about it. So we can look them in the eyes and we can tell them that's not going to fucking happen. We need to take a stand. Like I said, it's time to move on to phase 2. You know, we've created a huge, amazing family here, and it's time to take it to the next level. And I require all of you guys. I need all of you to help me with this. There are over 1,300 of us. There's almost 1,400 of us. And there are maybe a couple hundred that are actually active every single day. I understand that that's the way a Facebook group works. I understand. Okay, I understand everybody has their busy lives and their busy schedules. But this is important. This is extremely important. This is important to your lifestyle, my lifestyle, and, you know, the things that we've created here. It's not about a bunch of fun. Okay, yeah, vaping can be fun, but that's not what it's about. Think. Remember, okay, when you first got into vaping. Remember where you were, what kind of person you were, where you came from. Remember your fucking roots. And use that. Use it to fuel you. You build a fire and fuel it, and don't let it die. Remember what created this group. Remember why you're in this group. Remember why you vape. Remember why you carry that mod around and why you blow the clouds. And it's not a hobby anymore. Okay, it became a hobby for all of us, but that's not the truth of it. A hobby, I hate that fucking word. Everybody says it's a hobby, but the thing is, it's not. It's a lifestyle. It's an escape. Like Steve said, this is our escape. We escaped big tobacco, and we should be fucking proud. We are the survivors. And there are people out there still suffering today. And if they don't want to quit by vaping, that's on them. That's perfectly fine with me. I don't care. As long as we can help more people get away from it. And it's happening, it's working, but we need to do our job. We need to make it happen. There's so much more that we can do to make these numbers drop quicker. The amount of people that have left big tobacco. Big tobacco is dying. They are. They are on their last leg. They are dying. But they will continue to limp around and try to fuck us as best they can to save their own asses. And they have a lot more money invested in this than we do. They have a lot more time invested in this than we do. And they have lobbyists on their side. There are things that they have that we do not have. There are people they have access to that we do not have access to. We are not just fighting big tobacco anymore. We're fighting everybody. Everybody that has grown up around tobacco and has grown, in this world of fuckery, for lack of a better word, we're fighting all of them. And we need to educate them. We need to show them what this is about. We need to show them why this is important to us. We need to show them why the world will be better for this. It's not just about us, it's about them too. Even if they were never a smoker, we are benefiting them. They might not be a smoker, but I guarantee you they know someone who is, or know somebody who was, or is a family member of somebody who is or was or has died because of big tobacco. Every single one of us, every single one of you, you can be somebody's knight in shining armor. You just have to educate people. Teach them. Okay? They're all ignorant. That's all it is. There's a difference between ignorance and stupidity. And when you find the line between ignorance and stupidity and you meet a person who has crossed that line into stupidity, then stop trying. Let them die with their stupidity. But the ignorant need to be taught. Ignorance can be educated. Stupidity is it's a plague. There's nothing we can do about that. They will die off eventually. But it's the ignorance that needs to be taught. And the biggest thing that you can remember is to tell somebody that they need to be informed rather than opinionated. If somebody tries to shove this shit in your face and tell you that vaping is bad, you know that's not true. You and I both know. We've had discussions about this. We know that that's not true. Find your facts. Find them online. They're all over the place. Hit me up. Hit Steve up. Any one of my admins, they have the information. If they don't, they know where to get it, and they know that they can come to me to find the information, or they can go to Steve to find the information. Be informed, not opinionated. Let's take this thing to the next level, guys. There are so many groups out there. How many of them are active? How many of them act the way we do? How many of them are just a fucking hangout? And when ours is so much more. I do not advise this group to be a fucking hangout. I don't want to be the next juice junkies. I don't want to be the next cloud chasers. I don't want to be the next poor vapors. There's nothing wrong with those groups. They're a community of vapors just like we are. But there's a one sole difference. Our group, we're activists. We were drawn into this group because the name is appealing to activists, to people who care about vaping. If you're in this group and you don't care about the future of vaping, get the fuck out right now. I don't want you here. If you care about the future of vaping, then you're home. You're right where you need to be. Hit me up and ask me what you can do. Send me PM me on the fucking computer or on your phone or whatever. Ask me what you can do. I'll give you a task. I'll tell you what kind of information you can find for me. What kind of things we can put together. What kind of mayhem we can cause for big tobacco and for the government and for the lobbyists and for the FDA and the people that want to see us shut down. If you need the information or you need to know what the next step is, ask me. Ask Steve. We'll tell you what you can do. We'll tell you how to fight. Let's do this thing. Let's shut these fuckers down for once and for good. Once and for all. I'm going to bed. Good night, guys.